I'm here because I feel like it's the least I could do as an American citizen.
Why am I here? I'm here for our future and for right now. Climate science is a settled science.
I'm extremely worried about the future.
I want to make sure that there's a future for me. I'm in the conservation law enforcement program at Union College, but what's the point of getting a degree in it if there's no environment to protect?
I'm here to protest and stand up for my right as an American citizen.
Emissions from tar sands are 3 times higher than conventional crude, so it just seems like a no-brainer to me where carbon in the atmosphere is 395 parts per million and safe levels are 350. It's just not a choice, not for a sustainable future, and I have kids that I need to think about.
Though we're kind of a niche school in our focus on and commitment to sustainability, it can sometimes feel like the things that we're working on here are isolated, smaller incidents. I think it's really, really important for our students and student learning to recognize that the things that we're doing on the ground here in rural central Maine are connected to a global campaign, a global effort to resolve climate and sustainability issues. And there's no better way to get that message loud and clear than to stand shoulder to shoulder with 50,000 people in DC who are working on the same thing.
None of us backed down. People from all over the country bringing their voices, people of all different ages. You know, it completely eschewed the myth of, you know, we're just a bunch of young rebel hippies. There was that and so much more. There were elderly, there were people from all different generations and socioeconomic backgrounds that came there for the same cause.
We were probably like the largest environmental movement in human history.
Like, we came all the way down from Maine. That was a 12-hour drive. We didn't just go for funsies. We went because we were on a mission to let our word be heard.
It was a pretty cool experience to have people come up to you and say, you know, first college to divest, how's that feel? And it feels amazing.
As the old expression says, charity begins at home, well, so does fighting for what you believe in.
Since Union College was the first college to divest from fossil fuels, I felt that we actually had a responsibility to be there.
To gather 50,000 people who are against this pipeline, 50,000 Americans, 50,000 people from Canada. I heard there were people a few from South America coming to help us rally for this, to help us get rid of this pipeline that's going to affect everybody, not just us, it's going to affect everybody globally. And I thought that was awesome. So we were right in Obama's backyard. And when someone's in my backyard, trust me, I pay attention.
I think we were all one that day, and that, I think, was really the most powerful thing.
Since I'm not actively in a program yet to be a conservation law enforcement officer, I figured this was a step to protecting the environment.
There was just a huge tar sands oil spill in Arkansas, and, you know, I'm somebody who really gives a shit. And hearing about it, you know, I was like, oh, that's really sad, you know, and how many times does this kind of thing have to happen before we're going to do something about it? But it wasn't until last night that I happened to come upon a video that gave like an aerial shot of it, and it really hit me.
Approving that pipeline unleashes development of the tar sands in ways that they can't develop without that approval. If we develop those tar sands, it's essentially climate game over. We'll produce more carbon from development of those tar sands than science has determined is safe for the continuation of civilization on this planet as we know it.
It is up to us to get rid of this Keystone Pipeline, to stop the Earth from heating up unnaturally, because there's definitely evidence, 100% evidence, that we are, as a human race, raising the temperature.
I think one of the most important things that we can do is just hammer our representatives in DC and local representatives to put pressure on those people in DC.
Can't stop, won't stop! Can't stop, won't stop!
The Forward on Climate rally, I think, is kind of the linchpin for the next phase in this climate movement. I think that it's brought a new level of awareness, and though that was a centralized kind of effort, it's revitalized local campaigns and efforts to bring awareness to climate issues across the country and around the globe. So I think the next phase is this kind of distributed action where we're going to see more and more people taking action in their home places to move the dial on climate and sustainability awareness.
Situation is alarming. Kiss a frog, prince not so charming. Bio Frankenstein rearming. Time to light the light. So maybe I'll write a song. It won't announce right and wrong.